Welcome to SGS and to this short presentation on studying A-level accounting. Accounting at SGS sits within our professional services pathway, which includes accounting, business, criminology, economics, and law. Many students at SGS tend to take a combination of these three subjects. They sit well together, and each of these subjects tends to have certain elements in common with other subjects. So within accounting, there'll definitely be elements of business, there'll be elements of economics, and there'll be elements of law. Accounting is the language of business, and really all business people must understand some elements of accounting to enable them to run their businesses. Doctors, lawyers, hairdressers, chemists, and business leaders all have to keep records of how their business is performing and to understand the assets and the liabilities and the financial risks and rewards of running their business. At SGS, when we study accounting, we learn the language of business and we learn how businesses work. So in this short presentation on accounting, I'll continue to tell us a little bit about us and why you might want to or should study accounting, how you'll study and how you'll be assessed, and also what careers can you follow after successfully taking your A-level in accounting. So first of all, a little bit about our teachers in the professional services pathway, and in particular about myself. I teach both the Year 12 accounting course and the Year 13 accounting course. So I have a degree in languages, but then went on to study accounting at PricewaterhouseCoopers, where I became a partner, and also became a partner at BDO. So those are two leading accounting firms. So I always hope that I can bring into the classroom real life experiences that I've experienced and therefore make accounting come alive. Often accounting can be seen as being maybe slightly dull, but I want to assure all of you that accounting is exciting. It's what makes business work. And if we didn't have accounting, we wouldn't be able to understand our business. We wouldn't be able to assess different businesses, understand why businesses are doing well or not doing well. And we also had some great results over the last few years. So over the last 3 years that I've been at SGS, over 80% of our accountants have achieved A-star to C grades. And many of them have gone on to top universities or achieved some great apprenticeships in Bristol. At the moment, we have some 41 students studying accounting at SGS. So, why study accounting? Well, many of you hopefully will be interested in business and want to get involved in maybe developing your own business or advising other people in business. So accounting will enable you to do that, but it will also help you develop many other skills, analytical problem-solving skills. You'll gain great commercial awareness. You'll understand how businesses work and how businesses interact with each other. You'll get good at planning and making decisions. Your communication skills will develop because accounting is about understanding how businesses work, and in doing that, you need to be able to communicate with your clients, with other business leaders, and with colleagues. One of the other reasons why you might want to study accounting is that you'll become very employable at a very good salary and also be able to work literally anywhere in the world. It's one of the things which I look back on and am so happy about is that I've had the opportunity to work right around the world. I think we should also recognize that accounting is not just recording what's happened in the business, that many accountants today are business leaders and they're making business decisions. And if you look at many of the CEOs, the chief executives of our biggest companies, our FTSE 100 companies, I think over 40 of those individuals are chartered accountants, which shows you that a qualification in accounting can take you to the very top in the business world. So, what will you study? Well, in year one, we have to start off with the basics and we learn bookkeeping. Bookkeeping is the basic way in which we keep the financial records of a company. And we need to understand that because that's like the basic language, it's the building blocks. But once we've mastered that, we go on to producing financial statements, understanding how to interpret financial statements, how to do adjustments to financial statements. In addition, in year one, we look at the different element of accounting, which is the decision-making element, where we start playing an active role in managing and running the business. It's on decision-making. How many things should we make? What price should we make them at? Do we have enough resources? All those elements we start studying and understanding how they interact in the normal process within a business. In year two, we continue with financial accounting. We look at some of the more difficult elements where we've got incomplete records in a company where maybe there's some records which have been missing. We understand cash flow statements. We also look at the legal requirements of companies and ethics. This is a really important element which we have to study. Then we go on and we start looking at investing in the stock market, which is one of the areas which many students find most interesting. So we look at how investors will assess companies which are sold and traded on the stock market. What's going to make them buy those shares? What's going to make them sell those shares or hold those shares? And we continue on our decision-making studies, where again we're looking at the cost accounting, where we look at the cost of selling, manufacturing. We continue on a decision-making process. We also look at investment appraisal, where we look at different investments and decide which is the best investment for us to make. So how are you assessed at the accounting A-level? Well, it's all by exam. And in the final year 13, you have two exams. One is more financial accounting and one is more based on decision making. There are certain elements which are overlapping, but you have those two exams and your whole A-level is based on those two exams. So what career path could you follow? Well, of all the subjects you might study at STS, accounting probably opens the most doors. Many accountants will go on and stay as an accountant within a business or within an accounting practice. But even within an accounting practice, you have lots of areas in which you can specialize in. It could be audit and assurance, where you're going to look at different companies and make sure that their records are correct. Or you could become a tax professional, VAT, income tax, corporation tax. Alternatively, you could go and work in a company and become a finance manager within that company, or a business partner, where you're partnering different departments within a company and giving them the financial wherewithal to make decisions and run their department. Forensic accountant, you could be a management accountant, you could be an insolvency practitioner, or work in corporate finance and earn the big money in investment banking. These are all jobs which accountants do. In fact, you could do anything in a business, right up to that of being the chief executive officer. I hope that's given you a little insight into what it's like studying accounting at STS and why it may be the course for you. Thank you very much for your attention during this short presentation on studying accounting at STS. Please do feel free to contact me if you have any other questions, and you can email me on rory.adamson@stscol.ac.uk. Thank you and goodbye.